Abilene Christian University deals with the loss of several students.
And Arkansas's White River gets national attention. TV 16 News is just moments away.
Newscast
with Heather Gray,
Courtney Riker,
Melissa Johnson with weather,
and Scott Smith with sports.
This is TV 16 News live at 5.
Thanks for joining us tonight on TV 16 News Live at 5. I'm Courtney Riker.
And I'm Heather Gray. Abilene Christian University continues to mourn the loss of 5 of its students. The students from Nigeria died in a one-car accident early Sunday morning. More than 4,000 students and faculty members gathered yesterday in chapel to remember the students and pray for their families. Collection boxes have been set up across the campus to allow students to contribute cards and notes, which will be sent to the families. A memorial service is planned for Thursday morning in ACU's Moody Coliseum.
2 people remain in good condition at White County Medical Center today after their involvement in a car accident Sunday. Of the 6 people involved in the accident, only 2 remain hospitalized. Beverly Strassner of Sheridan and Royce Clark of Bradford were traveling on a road near Judsonia when they collided with a car traveling in the same lane from opposite directions. The White County Sheriff's Department is still investigating the accident.
The future of the White River may be in danger. Representatives from the Arkansas Wildlife Federation, businessmen, farmers, and other conservative groups are meeting in Little Rock today to oppose 2 proposed projects. They claim these projects by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will negatively affect the lower White River. The White River is currently number 5 on a list of 11 most endangered rivers in America. The main project currently proposed by the Corps of Engineers is the Grand Prairie Irrigation Project, a $300 million pumping and distribution project. If approved, the project will pump approximately 1 billion gallons of water per day to an estimated 900 farms in Arkansas's Grand Prairie rice and soybean growing region. The lower White River has already suffered through depletion of winter wetland areas for waterfowl and low river levels. These low water levels during the summer affect fishing as well as river traffic.
Arkansas's White River is now on the endangered list. The river is just one of 11 rivers to be named on the American Rivers annual list. The group highlights rivers that are facing serious environmental threats. Natalie Pawelski has more on what this means for those living in the close to the endangered rivers.
Waterways. The Missouri tops this year's list of endangered rivers.
Corps of Engineers has managed it for decades in a way that is just draining the life out of this river.
Of course, the Corps in question, the Army Corps of Engineers, which operates dams on the river, disagrees.
Missouri River is critical to the life of the people in the Midwest, and we work very hard to balance the competing interests of the river.
The Corps of Engineers is also blamed for threatening the number 2 river on the list, the Big Sunflower in Mississippi. At issue, the proposed Yazoo Pumps flood control project.
They would destroy 200,000 acres of wetlands in this one project.
The Yazoo project will provide flood relief for those people in the Delta.
Since it builds and operates dams and changes how rivers run, the Army Corps of Engineers is a long-standing target for environmental groups like American Rivers, which compiles the annual endangered rivers list. But there are other issues highlighted in this year's report, too. Take the number 3 river, the Klamath. Farmers and wildlife advocates are battling over who gets water in times of drought. Agricultural pollution lands the Kansas River on the list. Another Army Corps of Engineers proposal, an irrigation project, earns Arkansas's White River a spot. A natural gas drilling boom is at issue for Wyoming's Powder River, and growth and development may threaten Georgia's Altamaha.
Between the kind of pollution that comes off of our streets and our fields and the kinds of demands that we're putting on our rivers for more and more water, for more and more power, I think the trend lines are not good.
Maine's Allagash may lose its designation as a wild and scenic river. In Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, drilling plans could affect the Canning River. Developers are trying to divert water from Texas's Guadalupe River. And for Florida's Apalachicola, yet another Army Corps of Engineers dredging project is stirring debate. Natalie Pavelski, CNN.
A former First Lady plans a visit to Harding University.
And the Harding University's campus gears up for Sadie Hawkins weekend. Don't go away. Live at 5, we'll be right back.
Today was a beautiful day outside. Highs reached the upper 70s. And even though these highs were in the upper 70s, you might want to go ahead and get your bike ride in around campus or go ahead and take a jog early today, because tonight the rains will be rolling into Searcy. But I'll tell you more about this later on our news forecast. So stay with us and we'll be right back with more news after the break.
Pretty trashy circle. The circle that helps this circle by recycling trash. We sort glass, plastic, separate cans, stack newspapers and magazines. Now, thanks to us, there are lots of products made from things we've already recycled. This cereal box wants your Sunday paper. These paper clips, in a more daring life, a 56 convertible. The circle works like this. It starts when we recycle trash at home and at work. It's completed when we buy products made from or packaged in recycled materials. How do you know the difference? Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. It looks like this. Make a mental note. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. You'll save a tree, you'll save energy, and in your own way, you'll help save the world. Complete the circle.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycled shopping guide. 1-800-CALL-EDF.
Former First Lady Barbara Bush is coming to Searcy next week. Bush will be speaking on the Harding campus next Thursday as a distinguished lecturer for the American Studies Institute. Tickets for the lecture, which will be held in the Benson Auditorium, are no longer available. However, anyone who wishes to see the American Studies presentation can watch a live closed-circuit viewing in the Carter Auditorium in Harding's McIntyre building. Return tickets will also be available from 6 to 7:30 Thursday night in the Benson lobby.
The Harding University's Student Association is introducing a new twist to the dating scene this week. Starting tomorrow through Saturday, Sadie Hawkins events will give the girls an opportunity to ask the guys out. The activities begin tomorrow evening at 5:30 with a free ice cream social on the front lawn. The remaining events scheduled include hypnotist Chuck Milligan, a trumpet performance by Crispin Steele Perkins of England, and the movie The Princess Bride. The Student Association hopes the Sadie Hawkins Week will become an annual event on campus. For more information on any of the events, contact the SA office.
Students have one more opportunity to see the Harding University's Theater Department's performance of Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray is a student-adapted screenplay from the 1891 published novel. The cast, led by Aaron Brooks, tweaked the screenplay into its final form. Only 5 actors portray all the characters in this 2-act play. Tonight's show is the last of performances, which began last Thursday. The show will begin at 7 in the Admission Auditorium. Tickets are $4 at the door.
If you want to speak up about the Arkansas school system, now is your chance. Speak Up Arkansas is a meeting hosted by the Blue Ribbon Commission on the Public Education. This effort is designed to give every Arkansas citizen a chance to speak up and contribute ideas. The meeting will be held this Thursday night at the Searcy Chamber of Commerce, beginning at 6.
There's a new product on the market for your enjoyment, but you'll have to look beyond the Harding University campus to find it. A London-based newspaper reported yesterday that Coca-Cola is planning a new variation of its winning formula. The company is expected to launch Vanilla Coke within the next few months. Vanilla Coke will join the cherry and diet varieties of the product in an effort to satisfy consumers' tasting buds. However, we are reminded that Coke products are not currently available on Harding's campus, so students will have to head elsewhere or wait patiently for Vanilla Pepsi.
And in a look at the news from around the world, tonight, Bethlehem is proving to be one of the 2 primary targets as Israel expands its military operations in the West Bank. Ramallah is the other. Israelite tanks and helicopter gunships are active in Bethlehem. Witnesses report a tremendous amount of shooting in the city. Israelite forces have also occupied the campus of Bethlehem University.
Still to come on Live at 5, a new study may cause you to think twice about sleep deprivation. Plus, we'll take a look at what kind of weather's in store for the rest of the week. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
are 100% unadulterated energy. You have no choice but movement. You aren't acted on. You are action. You have the power to make the world a better place. You already know how to do it. Volunteer now for the American Red Cross. Call your local chapter for details.
Adam has a disease that's making him tired, stunting his growth, and breaking down his immune system. A disease affecting over 12 million children. A disease that's totally curable. It's called hunger. Second Harvest is America's food bank network. Just call your local food bank to help.
Well, it felt nice outside today.
I sure did. I'm glad spring's finally here. Let's go to Melissa to see how long this weather's going to stick around.
Today was a great day to take a ride with the Harding taxis and catch a little extra wind in your hair. Highs reached 77 today. But remember about that rain I was telling you about earlier? It's coming tonight, and it's going to drop our temperatures a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current surface map. This low pressure and high pressure system mixture down here is heading our way, leaving us with some rain later on tonight, probably about 7. Going ahead and taking a look at our Doppler radar, there's not much here on our Doppler radar right now, but that doesn't mean that we won't get some rain tonight. Jonesboro is 72 degrees, Little Rock and Hot Springs at 76, and Fayetteville at 49 degrees. Taking a look at our current conditions today, we had a high of 77 today, such a beautiful day. Winds 10 miles per hour, humidity at 57%, and our barometer reading at 29.79 and falling. Taking a look at tomorrow, our low is going to be 57. We are going to have scattered thunderstorms throughout the night, and our winds will be dropping down to 10 to 12 miles per hour for this evening. Going to tomorrow, we're going to have AM clouds and PM sun, and our high is going to be 51. Our low is going to be 32. So it's going to get a little bit colder tomorrow. Taking a look at our 3-day forecast now. Check this out. We're going to have partly cloudy skies all the way through Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow on Thursday. Our high of 54, low of 43. On Friday, it's going to warm up a little bit more, high of 66, low of 45. And on Saturday, highs are going to reach 70, and our low is going to be 50. So remember that it is going to warm up soon this week. But for tonight, our softball fields might be a little bit muddy for our sports games, but it will be warming up soon. So back to the ladies at the desk with more news.
With the semester winding down for Harding University students, many are finding that sleep can be hard to come by. If you yawn through this next story, we'll understand why. Sleep deprivation is on the rise in the U.S. The National Sleep Foundation has just released a study on just how bad it is. Dr. Sanja Guptu has the report.
Everybody wants it, and nobody can seem to get enough. And now a new poll paints a disturbing picture of sleeplessness in America.
Well, I have 3 kids under 3 currently, so it's 2 hours at a time.
I usually get between 7 and 8, and I usually sleep pretty good.
I normally sleep 3 to 4 hours a night. Need more, a lot more.
Apparently Americans are still chronically sleep deprived, almost to epidemic proportions, and that we're not getting more and more sleep, even though the information is getting out there.
But what about the cumulative effect of too little sleep?
I can feel myself get a little frazzled and a little short on things, and your memory goes a little bit, you know? You're not as quick on things.
I'm very irritable. I'm very grouchy. I'm very short-tempered, and it's just because I'm tired and I just want to rest. And I mean, that's all I can really think about is getting back to sleep.
Cranky, agitated, and you're just like, hey, don't bother me.
The poll shows that people are more irritable and more frustrated in traffic, per se, and yes, there may be an increase in road rage.
And if road rage isn't bad enough, sleepy drivers can be just as dangerous.
There's probably times I shouldn't have driven when I was tired.
Well, I've nodded a couple times, yeah. Got to be careful about that.
Did you ever nod off?
Yes, and that's what made me, after that, nodding off, rolling off to the side. I didn't get in a wreck or anything, but I just went and decided after that it's best to have enough sleep.
This weekend, we're going to lose yet another hour of sleep. Daylight savings time will spring our clocks ahead by another hour this Sunday morning. Here's some simple recommendations if you want to get a good night's sleep. Don't eat, drink, or exercise up to 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. And make sure you have a consistent time when you go to bed and when you wake up. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, Atlanta.
I'm speaking for myself and the rest of the male population when I say yesterday should have been a national holiday with all the sporting events going on. Major League Baseball opening day, and of course the Final Four national championship game. We got a winner, that's right. Live at 5 Sports coming up next. Stick around.
When he was struck by a car, I had spoken to him previously about donating his organs, and it made it so much easier for me to make the decision. I knew that this is something that he wanted. I didn't have to feel guilty about making the decision, doing something that he may not have wanted. Every day I tell people, talk it over. You must let people know what you want.
To be an organ and tissue donor, even if you've signed something, you must tell your family now so they can carry out your decision later. Call 1-800-355-SHARE for your free brochure.
Sally wants to be a surgeon someday. Maybe she'll operate on you. Now, would you like a free booklet of simple ways you can help improve her education? Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
Keep running. We have a lot of sports to get to, so we'll start off with Bison Athletics. The Harding track team was in Memphis over the weekend. Harding's Ryan Bond blew away the competition in the 400-meter hurdles, finishing in first with a time of 55.5 seconds. Bond not only finished the first place finish for the Bison, but also Scott Pennick came ready to run. Pennick broke the ribbon in the 10,000 meter and became the team's first athlete to qualify for the Outdoor Nationals at the Big Cat Classic. That's going on next Saturday in Memphis as well. Now the Bison golf team hit up the links in Cabot yesterday for the UCA Invitational. Harding's Matt Blonsett is currently sitting on a season-low 76, and fellow Bison Jared Smith carded a 77 to pull the Bisons into 8th place with a tie. Henderson State is leading the pack right now, followed by UCA in second. Second round action continues tomorrow in Cabot. Well, what started out as a conglomerate of 64 teams jumbled together into a cauldron of college hoops simmered ever so slightly over a period of 2.5 weeks until reaching the boiling point last night. The stage was set in Hotlanta for a national champion. We'll take you to last night's highlights. Well, right here we start off in Atlanta. Both teams starting off a little bit slow. Dixon hits the three, knocks this off-balance jumper down. Baxter dishes it off. Drew Nicholas puts this layup in, Terps up 55-49. That's about all the highlights we got for you, but Chris Wilcox very happy, along with Coach Williams, Coach Dixon, and Coverdale not too happy. They go home. Losers in this one, 64-52, a low-scoring national championship game, but a great game nonetheless. Both teams came out, like I said, dull in the first half, but turned it up in the second half when they needed to. Hornsby scored 14 to lead the Indiana Hoosiers. Dixon 18 to lead Maryland Terps. Baxter also threw in 15, and Wilcox with 10. Well, this was the first national championship victory for the University of Maryland in their history, also for head coach Gary Williams, and the senior-laden Terps became the 4th straight #1 seed to win it all. So, bloody maulings over home run balls, empty Cracker Jack boxes pelting you in the back of your head, and the refreshing smell of a yellowish mystery fluid gathered in puddles on the ground. All this can only mean one thing. It's baseball season. We take you to Fenway. We take you to Fenway. I swear we're going. Yes, look, and the Patriots are playing a game of peekaboo behind the giant green monster-sized United States flag. Isn't that cute? Throwing all the first pitch together. Pedro Martinez on the hill. Not looking too sharp in his debut. This single right here, Fletcher, this was a double to left center. 2-run score. Take you to the top of the second right now. Hinsky, he's going to drop this one right along the line there. That's going to bring in 2 more. Toronto up on top right now. But we have Boston's Tony Clark. He wants to say something about it. Oh, he goes yard, way back, center field. This one's going to drop over the green thing out there in center. That was a 3-run dong for Clark. Well, Varitek right here is going to drop one into right center, this single. Another 2 runs going to score for Boston. Take you to the top of the 5th right here. Wells, ground ball. See, this is why Nomar Garciaparra is making the big bucks right there. The defensive stop coming up big for Boston. Watch this, folks. Watch carefully. Look at the determination and the catch. Cruz, diving catch out in left center field. Ricky Henderson, the newly acquired, on first base. Let's see if he still has the wheels, folks. No, not enough. And Toronto goes on to win this high-scoring game 12-11. Let's go on to Atlanta. Let's go on to Atlanta here. The ageless Tom Glavine on the hill, facing the Philadelphia Phillies. Maddox watching on in style from the bullpen. Sheffield, the newly acquired Brave. He's going to show what he's got. He says, I'm going to do it with speed, accuracy, and power. Here's how I'm going to show you the speed right here. Beating out this ground ball. Should have been a double play right there, but he's going to bring in RBI on that one. Sheffield up again. This base hit slips past third baseman Scott Rowland. Chipper's going to advance to third. Advancing you into the bottom of the third. Sheffield looking happy so far. Fans happy, he's happy. Vinny Castilla's happy with this 3-run home run into left field. He went yard there. Braves up on top. Sheffield says, now I'm going to show you how I do it with power. This line drive all along, skirts past the foul pole right there. Sheffield, big game. Atlanta goes on to win this one 7-2. Not even close for the Phillies. Let's take a quick look at our scoreboard from yesterday's Major League Baseball. This is the National League. Cardinals on top of the Rockies 10-2, not even close. Reds 5-4, just over the Cubs. Braves 7-2 over Philly. Mets over the Pirates. D-backs coming out. The big guy, Randy Johnson, played great in that one with a shutout. Blue Jays over Red Sox. A's over the Rangers. Twins 8 over Royals 6. White Sox over the Mariners. And Orioles 10-3 over the highly money-making machine Yankees. Sorry about that one. Over the ladies at the desk.
Scott? Looking for a place to settle down or feel like you're just ready to float away from it all? We may have found just the place for you. Details next. Stay with us.
In America, you are not required to offer food to the hungry or shelter to the homeless. There is no ordinance forcing you to visit the lonely. In fact, nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have to provide anything for anybody. Thank you for all you've given. Imagine what more could do.
Where's Michael?
National Guard duty.
Ah, bet he's just sandbagging.
I don't think so.
Sure he is. He left us with all the big fires to put out.
Over 52% of our military is made up of the National Guard and Reserve. They serve in times of war and in times of disaster. And the jobs they perform are hard enough without you making it harder.
Well, let's hope he's ready for some late nights when he gets back.
Please support your employees in the National Guard and Reserve.
It's one of the most fashionable homes in the world, and it floats. This residence at sea is the latest addition to the world's most luxurious cruise ship line, and it's gearing up for its maiden voyage. There are 110 private apartments on board that people have bought permanently to live in and travel the world. There's a driving range, golf simulator, paddle tennis, and full tennis courts. Prices start from $2.3 to $7.5 million. This ship is scheduled to set sail on May 2nd. That's all the news we have for you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to watch Live at 5 tomorrow night with Elisa Wright and Sarah Barrios for more of the local news coverage.
And from all of us here at TV 16 News and us 4 at the desk, good night.